We have a veteran group. We got 26 seniors. We return 14 starters. So, it's a group that has definitely been building towards this. We've got some good young guys coming up. And, I tell the guys all the time that we can only get in the way of ourselves. We are our own worst enemy. And as long as we focus on us and don't get too far ahead, then we can go pretty far.
Ellaby coming back at quarterback. He had a decent season last year, but now he's got a year under his belt.
With Kyron, it was his first year as a starter. There were some ups, there were some downs. But whether it be Marco Sanson, Marco as a junior had ups and downs. He was second team All-FAIT as a senior. Luke Johnston, he had some ups and downs, and he took us to the quarterfinals his senior year. So Kyron's got to take that same kind of jump that those guys did, use that experience to kind of bring the team to the next level.
And then you got some pretty good receivers. It kind of starts with Zach Allen there. He had a pretty good season.
And he did a good job. He led the conference in catches and yards. Now he's a captain, kind of the more leadership aspect to it all.
You've had some pretty good running backs come through here before, but have you ever had like two guys at one time who both seniors and then who are both college-bound players, and Kalon Grace and then Jordan Taylor?
We're really excited about our two backs. The crazy thing is because of injuries, they've never taken a snap together. So Jordan got hurt in the first quarter of the game their sophomore year, and then Kalon got hurt on July 29th. Their junior year. And so as talented as they both are, we've never had them on the field at the same time together. But we're really excited to have those two. And then, Ty Leger started games for us last year. Ty's a talented runner as well. And really blessed that he's kind of that third guy. So we have kind of three guys that we really feel good about running that football.
Albert Reinberg is one of those, your linemen that steps out. And what's he like, and the rest of your line like?
So Albert is kind of that classic lineman personality. He's got a couple screws loose, but we like it that way. And then Caden Ellaby, kind of like Keenan Harris. Caden Ellaby is going to be a kind of rare 4-year starter every game. Caden's freshman year, we had him more projected as a JV kid. And then Gus Dames tore his ACL against St. Mary's, and Caden started every game after that. So we got two guys who are very experienced there. And so kind of helping the guys around them that are a little younger. But even there, it's some seniors and things like that on the sides there.
And defensively, it all kind of starts with Keenan Harris. Both sides of the ball, you got to be a weapon for you. But he's getting recruited to Mizzou for a reason as a linebacker, and he's always kind of been a guy who's been able to play safety and kind of everywhere on defense, like you said before.
Yeah, Keenan's just the ultimate competitor. He just competes all the time. He's always competing. He's always, everything becomes a competition with him. And he's been like that since his freshman year. Constantly competing, constantly wanting to be better and things like that. And again, between him, Kendall McNutt, and then Junior Busby as a sophomore, our linebacker crew is pretty top-notch, and that makes a lot of things on defense a lot easier. Yeah, so Sebastian Tate committed to Indiana State. Sebastian had never played before high school, and he was a hooper. He thought he was a hooper, and so Sebastian has really grown up. Tim Kelly, junior captain for us, started all year as a sophomore on the defensive line, so we're really excited about him. And then on the back end, Quincy Jones at corner started for us last year. We're looking for another big leap with him, and then Ben Hughes tied for the conference lead in interceptions. Kind of came out of nowhere for us last year.
You still got a lot of good teams on your schedule, but obviously it starts with St. Ignatius and you go from there.
Yeah, and I love that you put it like that, because if we look too far ahead, we're doomed. Because St. Ignatius is a great program. They're 7A in the highest league of the Chicago Catholic League. They run that triple option, and those kids have been running it forever. They know it like the back of their hand. Then defensively, they're goofy too. I think that's something we didn't give enough credit for last year, is they're very multiple on defense. So we're preparing for a really goofy defense and a really goofy offense. That's why I like getting work with Hazelwood East over the summer, because it's kind of a similar type thing. And then we got Hillsborough week 2, which is a great program. And then we open up conference play with DeSmet, and I don't need to talk to you about the MCC. Obviously with DeSmet and CBC, and then Chaminade. If we're the most veteran group in the conference, Chaminade's 1B when it comes to that with veteran group. And then Vianney, they've been building up every year. They gave us a heck of a matchup last year. Came down to the final play. We were able to pull out, and we're going to be ready for that one again. And then we end the season at Rockers. So like you said, and then Live for Life, Tony Wolford does a great job. So tough schedule, but that's what gets you ready for the playoffs.